Good day to you, gentle person, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at Heavy Duty Inc., at least the demo thereof. And this is a turn-based strategy combat game, similar to a game like XCOM 2, if you're familiar with that gameplay style, or the XCOM games in general, I suppose, where you have a small map and sort of an isometric top-down view, and you're moving characters with their action points, and then the enemies take a turn. And yeah, it's quite a familiar game style to those who are, I suppose, familiar with the game style. If you're not, well, hopefully this video will show you what to look forward to, and I hope to show you enough of it that you come and play it. The link is in the description. This is just a game that plays in your browser, which is the kind of stuff we like to show around here. I'm sure we will eventually get to showing other more intensive downloadable games. We've shown a couple of them. But yeah, it's a big deal to me to be able to show these sort of in-browser games that you can play with just a couple of clicks. I think it's amazing what kind of games are available for that sort of thing, and yeah, I like to show them to you guys. So let's jump in. Let's have a look. I did try and play this game on Firefox. It did not work at all. I'm in Ubuntu Linux as my platform of choice. If that helps, if the developer is watching. Yeah, this doesn't work in Firefox. I just got a blank screen. I'm now playing it in Chrome, and it appears to be working just fine. So those of you on Firefox may have an issue. Give it a go, but if you just click Run Game and you just get a blank screen, it's not working. Maybe fire up Chrome and play it in that instead. Anyway, so I'm not going to click Continue. I'm going to click New Campaign, and I'm hoping that it shows the tutorial. So let's call this Fort K2 because this is my second attempt. We can only select casual difficulty in the demo, which is fine because that's what I like to play it as. I don't want too much of a challenge because this is quite a nice little storyline rich game as well. And we'll chat about that in the critique, I suppose, probably briefly. But yeah, let's start game, jump in. So, is it going to give us the tutorial? Out here, the sun barely reaches us. We just have our station lights, flickering a bit more each day. Our food is being rationed. The machines are breaking down. That's when they call us. Heavy Duty Inc. And that's our little intro, our little introduction. But we have breaking news. Food rationing continues 6 months after farming module accident, and so on. Other little snippets of info. New security deployments that are suppressing workers, etc., etc. So we're painting the picture of a little sort of, I suppose not quite post-apocalyptic, but a dystopian future. Just having a little bit more at our UI, we have this map of the various things that we can play. We can play the Workers Alliance, which I think is kind of our tutorial level, or we can start immediately playing the other levels. It looks like there's four chapters here in the demo. So this is just a demo, just reminding everybody. You can go and wish us the full game on Steam. You can join the Discord or just send direct feedback back. All of the kind of nice things to see in a demo game that is trying to demo a more fully fledged game. You can apparently play the full game co-op. It's not available in the demo, but that is a very exciting button to see. You can play this with friends, and I'm hoping to see, sort of YouTubers and streamers playing it more. This is quite a nice game, and I want to see it expand. And then here we have some settings, things, a credits tab, good quality of life settings. I hope this music is okay. Graphics settings and all of that kind of stuff. So there is some very, very good quality of life controls over there. Bravo developers for that. Right, let's jump on and have a look at Workers Alliance and see if we get the tutorial. So we can either accept the contract or skip the tutorial. Let's read this. First encounter. We dispatched a crew to clear a blockage in the ventilation shaft, but we haven't heard back from the lazy buggers. Can you locate the team and show them how it's done? I think this is the person who is telling us this, Mara Wrench Chan, who is the chief engineer of the Workers Alliance. Is that like a union? I'm assuming that's a union or something along those lines. that don't seem to be doing too much for our well-being. I don't know. Anyway, so let us accept the contract and see how the gameplay flows. Okay, Mara, who is now talking to us over the radio. We lost radio contact with the team after they passed through that door. Click to continue. Okay, team, we got this. Click on the tile of Michael. Okay, so here's the tutorial elements. So these are our 3 characters. We have Michael. We can't click on anybody else at the moment. Anyway, so this is Michael and then 2 other people. We click on Michael. We can then move Michael. As you can see, this is Michael's health, the 5 green dots. And these are his sort of action points, the 4 white dots. So if we move Michael over there, it'll cost 1, 2 action points, and we'll only have 2 left. So move Michael forward, and then click again to confirm the move. Dunk, 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 dunk. He moves forward. He loses 2 action points, and he can now open the door. Oh, and that costs an action point. Important to remember that. So opening the door costs an action point. Okay, so I guess we found the missing crew, which I guess is supposed to be the blood and things around here. They're a bit all over the place though, says our companion. And our other companion says, and what about those huge critters? Bugs. I hate bugs. Okay, so we have 1 action point left, 2 for moving and then 1 for opening the door. So we select our nail gun, which we can see only takes 1 action point to fire. If we click on it and tells us about it, nail gun can be used to harass enemies at long range, reloads each turn. So we have 3 shots that we can fire per turn, and then at the end of the turn we'll get some shots, well, 3 shots back again. So if we select the nail gun and we pick a target and we fire the nail gun at the target, boom, and we hit it, and I think it does 1 point of damage. She says, nice shot. Now let's squash the rest of these bugs. Alright, so Michael's out of action points. Now Lara is going to, we can select her instead and continue the mission with her. So what can Lara do? Because Lara doesn't have a nail gun. Lara can cleave, which is a devastating close range attack, which does up to 4 damage, but it does take 2 action points. And she can also leapfrog, which means we can leap 2 tiles. So it's only 1 action point, but we can cover 2 tiles instead. So that's a really useful ability, but you can only do it once every turn. But then once the turn ends and the new turn starts, you have leapfrog back again. So what we can do is leapfrog her over there, and cha-ching, now she's directly in front of the bug, but we've only used 1 action point, so we have 2 left. We have 3 left, so we can use 2 for the cleave, which does a huge amount of damage. Zap. She murders that lad. Alright, now, we don't want to do anything else with her just yet. We might need to consume that 1 point to move her in a particular direction. But yeah, we don't want to do that just yet. What we want to do is bring out this lad, whose name I can't remember. Now, he has a flamethrower, which takes 2 action points to use. He can also push kick enemies if they are next to him. As you see, if you mouse over the ability, it shows you where that ability has application in the red area there. So we could click that if there was somebody next to him and give them a swift boot to get them out of the way and do 2 damage to them. But we don't want to do that. What we want to do is we want to use our flamethrower. But the flamethrower, you can aim it for one of these blocks. You see, that's why it draws the red empty blocks. But it actually reaches 2 blocks further. As you can see in the little bit of information in the top left there. So you aim it on one of the blocks and then it goes dunk dunk and hits the 2 blocks past that. So we don't want to use that there, but we want to move somewhere where we can use it. So it uses 2 action points, so we can consume 2 action points for moving. So if I moved here, it'll be dunk dunk, 2 action points, 1, 2, and now I can still use the flamethrower. I can use in this direction and I can hit both these lads. Unfortunately, we haven't killed them. They're still using 1 dot, but we can't move any further. So what I am going to do is I'm going to move her a bit further just in case. Hopefully the bugs take more time to get there. I have consumed everybody's action points. Let's end the turn and let the enemies have a move. Okay, so he got hit twice, which is not good. So we've lost 2 points of health, but that's fine. We're still tough. So what we can do is move him over there and use our flamethrower in this direction and slaughter those 2 lads. So we have killed everyone, all of the enemies on the level. As you can see, there's no more area we can go to. So Michael is saying, good job everyone. And Mara says, seriously guys? Now I'm going to have to write up a bunch of work-related injury reports for the last crew. So much for board game night. Guys, if any more of those critters made it through the ventilation shaft, yeah, we might have to get our hands on some deadlier gear. Alright, so that is the completion of the chapter. I thought I might have to work a guide to fix the machine, but no, that wasn't the goal. We just had to get rid of all the enemies, and we're given a summary for the end of this chapter. Kill all enemies, all heroes need to survive. We did that just fine. We got some experience. Unfortunately his health is low. I don't think that gets replenished, I'm not sure. Anyway, then we killed 2 enemies, dealt 8 damage, blah blah blah. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. So, breaking news. Other recent accidents linked to reports of an alien infestation. Major Powers has reported Chief Engineer admits cause remains unknown. Trade Council denies accusations that new security deployments are meant to suppress worker process. Okay, so we're back to the other news. Alright, so we have finished that mission, the Workers' Alliance. What we can do is then move to the next mission, the Trade Council. Let's go and have a look at that mission. This mission has 4 parts of 4 chapters. Dunk, 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 dunk. Let's read it. We're hearing from Thorn Van Clow, the Commissioner of the Trade Council, who is a suit. And we all know that what that means if we played any Cyberpunk games. He is the suit, but nevertheless he has the mission that we have to perform. Casual difficulty, because it's the only difficulty we have option to. Chapter 1, Search and Repair. While we typically avoid outside contractors, we have a slight situation we need someone to take a look at. Oh, and we require you to sign an NDA before taking this on, as per Trade Council protocol. You just know that there is an issue there that they don't want us talking about. Nevertheless, we accept the contract. And now we are given our loadout view, which we didn't get in our tutorial mission. And we can add, there is still sort of a tutorial element going, saying that we can add more gear to our people. There is also an auto equip button, but let's have a look at this rather instead. Looks like he has got his health back again, so that's quite fortunate to know. These are the 2 things that he already has, our sort of push kick ability and our flamethrower. We can give him a new element, and we're going to get plasma cut. I didn't get this last time, but that's fine. Let's get plasma cut. Deals massive melee damage. I don't really like it, but that's fine. Let's just equip it just for the mission. So now our character is ready, back to the team, so he's got nothing else more we can do with him. We can add pirouette to her. So if she's surrounded by enemies, she can do a pirouette and get them all. But she still has her previous abilities, which we primarily use, so I'm not too worried about the additionals here. What do we get for him? We get aimbot, which is fine. It just means he uses aimbot and then does 2 damage per attack, and he has 4 attack moves, and his nail gun only takes 1. So yeah, so that's actually quite useful for him. It only has 2 charges, unfortunately, but still, that's fine. Back to team. Alright, so now we've equipped all of our team members. Let's start the next mission. We'll just go through this mission and see how it unravels. Yeah, so he basically says we need to repair something, and we've signed an NDA, so don't talk about any of the stuff that we see. I guess no one wants to take responsibility for these critters. Hey, boom barrels. Click on this tile to read more about the barrel. It can be quite handy if used correctly. So if we click on it, we see that if we damage the barrel, it's going to do something. I think it's pretty obvious that we can figure out that it's going to explode, and it's going to damage everybody in this sphere of influence here, probably including us, so we don't want to step in that until the barrel is gone. So what we can do is click on him, and we can shoot the barrel. And it explodes, kills 2 of the enemies, and then we can use his remaining rounds to oh, he's out of range, so we can't use his remaining rounds to kill that load. I don't think we can move this guy in range. Oh, maybe we can. So if I move up here, then I can now flame in this direction and kill that guy. Nice. Okay, so we have eliminated all the threats on the room that we can see. So we now have the ability to remove freely. So let's move him over there. He will be able to open that door. But we don't want to do that just yet. Move her over there. She can't. We can move him over there. Alright, so now everybody is lined up and we can open the door. So let's get Michael to open it. And we see some enemies. Oh boy. Let's just repair that thing and get the heck out of here. So that is the thing that we need to repair. These are the enemies we have. So I am going to consume 1. Oh, he only has 3. Okay, so we spent a point on opening the door. So we only have 3 left. So anyway, I'm going to spend 1 point in running aimbot on myself. So now we are doing 2 points of damage per hit with the nail gun rather than 1. Alright, so let's start by hitting that thing. And then let's start by hitting that thing. There we go, there we go. Alright, now you can leapfrog out. Yeah, I think this will work. So we leapfrog her over there. And this is interesting because if we leapfrog over an enemy, we deal a point of damage and make it vulnerable. I haven't actually been able to use that, but that is interesting. So we can hop over there. Now we've only consumed 1 action point for that leap. So we have 3 left. Then we can move over there. And now we can either cleave, which does 4 damage, or pirouette, which just does 2 damage. So we want to cleave this lad. And we kill him. Right, and we have killed everyone. So now we can move him over here. And he can repair that. And we are done with the mission. That actually worked a little bit better than the first time I tried it, because I was still learning how all these abilities worked. I had to use everyone and somebody took damage and all of that. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Yeah. Not bad for a scruffy little task force. And we're done, and we did some damage, and we all got experience. Oh, he got a little bit more experience, I suppose, because he actually killed more enemies, did more damage. Interesting. Right. And now we can add more equipment and so on. And I am going to stop showing off the gameplay there, because I think it is very interesting. I played a little bit further. There were tentacles, there were turrets, there was a boss battle. Yeah, there is good stuff ahead in this game that I do recommend that you come and play. The link will be in the description. Come and give it a go. So if you are just here for the gameplay and you're going to now go and play the game, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like or dislike if you like or dislike the video, not the game. Go tell the dev about the game if you like or dislike the game. But like or dislike the video if you liked it, and leave me a comment telling me why you liked it or disliked it. I will appreciate that. I will try to do more of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. And also subscribe if you want to see an indie game reviewed pretty much every day. I try and keep to a video a day. It's a hell of a strain, but I'm enjoying it and I'm managing so far. So yeah. Hit subscribe if you want to see a steady flow of indie games delivered to your YouTube inbox. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you are here for the critiques, well, let us talk about that a bit. The UI, Is there a way I can get back to the main menu? I'm not sure. Well, let's just grab more equipment. Fire grenade, nice. A little bit more equipment here. Throw blade, nice. I like that one. That was actually really useful when I played the previous game. And what has he got? The stun grenade or a force grenade. Yeah, I've used that once. It was useful. It stopped an enemy from moving. Alright, so there's a bit of a problem taking place one force below, but to reach it you first need to get to the freight elevator. Also, we're experiencing some irregularities with our security system, so mind the turrets. Turrets? As if those pesky critters weren't enough to deal with? No, we don't need to kill them all, let's just dash for the door. Alright, so we have 2 turrets here, and we have 2 enemies over there. I wish I had force grenades, because that was quite a little convenient thing. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by the game. But I wanted to see if I could get to the UI. So here is the UI here, so we can affect it there. Good quality of life settings, credits, we could have bought the mission. Yeah, I think full marks for the UI design. There's not much theming around it, doesn't really need much. It looks sufficiently good for the game's design. There's like a little bit of theming, that's fine. Yeah, so full marks plus bonus points for the UI. Bravo developers. The sounds, the music's not bad. Let's drop the volume a little bit of it. Yeah, the music's not bad. I think the actual gameplay sounds could be a little bit chunkier, a little bit more bass behind them, a little bit more present. They're not bad, they just sound a bit muted to me. I'd like a little bit more presence of the sort of the gameplay sounds, explosions and gunfires and so on. But again, it's a very personal preference. So I wouldn't give it too much thought, but it would be quite nice. The artwork, I think the game looks really good. I enjoy it a lot. I think everything looks the way it should be. I love this isometric kind of view. I love the looks of the enemies, creepy bugs. I don't quite like the looks of the turrets, but I can see with the game design factors and things like that why they look like that. Do I have a force grenade? No. I don't, unfortunately. Damage fire. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just trying to see how I would play this round without taking damage. These turrets are a problem. The last time I had a force grenade, which would knock them sideways, but here we just have a stun grenade. Ooh, I wonder if you could stun turrets. And it deals electric damage, so that might actually be quite useful. Anyway, so yeah, the art is what I was talking about. The art is fine. I think the art looks very good. So now we're down to the gameplay. Gameplay mechanics are great. It took me a little while to get used to them. I thought the tutorial was very good, very effective tutorial. So thank you, devs. Was it enough for a complete novice, new to gaming person? I think there's always a bit of room that could be added to make a bit more tutorial for absolute idiots. But I think, considering the gameplay and the game styling and things like that, I think it was a very good tutorial. It really got me up and running very quickly. Yeah, game feeling is good. I like the setting, I like the context, I like the story. You know, we're these rough, tough sort of. It's very kind of cyberpunky in a way. We're like mercs, where we're sort of hireable, independent construction crew that can fight because this is space and we have to deal with tough things in space and all of that kind of stuff. I think, yeah, I think that is good. Yeah, I think the storyline and things like that are quite excellent. I could do with like a few more details about individuals. So if I could click on them, it would be nice if you could go, okay, this is his background, this is his story, things like that. Maybe that's added in the full game. I don't know, but a bit more writing behind each individual person to give them personality, because we can't design them or anything like that. So we have to get into them to enjoy who they are and how they work here. Just want to see if I can get rid of these grenades. Alright, so I'm going to stun these. Alright, so they're stunned, so they won't be able to do anything next turn. Let's fire grenade them, narrowly missing ourselves. And you can throw blade them, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. Maybe I should leapfrog forward and cleave one of them. Yeah, let me do that. Cleave you. Alright, so it's one turret down. We can leave that turret alone because it's going to... Actually, we can just flame it. I clicked on the wrong place, so let's just flame it. Alright, so we've gotten rid of all the turrets. Now we have these lads to take care of. Take a step forward. Let's punch some holes in this guy. Alright, so that's everything we can do. Sorry, I just wanted to see if I was going to be able to get rid of those turrets without the force grenade, because the force grenade just got rid of them in one fell swoop. I threw a grenade there and it just pushed one that way and one that way and they disappeared off. The force grenade was the choice that I was given for, I think, for Lara. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I mean that's the kind of gameplay I suppose I'm talking about. I think the gameplay is quite excellent. The way they have given us the ability to resolve maps like that. I mean, it is the classic styling for these kind of isometric games. Yeah, so I really have no arguments about the gameplay. I think it is quite excellent, and I feel very engaged. I think the story writing is good. Like I said, I do wish we could get more into the heads of these characters, but that's just a nice to have. It's certainly not necessary. And now I'm starting to ramble about this and I want to play it some more, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to say please come and play this game. Link is in the description. Check it out. It is well worth it, and wish this on Steam if you like it, because that is a good way to support indie games. Tell people that you like them, tell people that you want to probably buy them when they come out for sale, as long as the prices are reasonable, because that's how we fight against the AAA super expensive city games. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video, and goodbye.